Who created humanity? God, the Anunnaki, or a forgotten truth? For thousands of years, humanity has asked one of the greatest questions ever imagined. Where did we come from? Who, or what, created us? Every civilization has tried to answer this mystery. Religions speak of a divine creator. Science explains the long journey of evolution. But hidden between these two perspectives lies another story, one that has fascinated millions of people around the world. It is the story of the Anunnaki. Today, we are going on a journey through ancient Mesopotamia, mysterious clay tablets, forgotten myths, and modern theories. Our goal is not to convince you of any particular belief. Instead, we will explore what ancient texts actually say, what modern researchers claim, and where the evidence ends and speculation begins. Let us travel back more than 6,000 years. Between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, in what is now Iraq, one of the world's first great civilizations emerged, the Sumerians. They developed one of the earliest known writing systems, built remarkable cities, created legal codes, and carefully observed the stars. Their knowledge was preserved on thousands of clay tablets written in cuneiform, many of which still exist today. Among these ancient records appears a mysterious name, the Anunnaki. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki were a group of powerful deities associated with heaven and earth. They were believed to influence the fate of kings, cities, and entire civilizations. To the Sumerians, these beings were not aliens or space travelers. They were gods. Like many ancient cultures, the Sumerians explained natural events through mythology. Storms, floods, harvests, and even the rise and fall of kingdoms were seen as the work of divine beings. For thousands of years, that was simply part of their worldview. But in the 20th century, an entirely different interpretation began to emerge. Some writers proposed that the Anunnaki were not gods at all. Instead, they suggested these beings were highly advanced visitors from another world. According to this theory, they came from a mysterious planet called Nibiru. The story claims that they arrived on Earth in search of gold, using it to repair the atmosphere of their home planet. As the legend continues, they eventually decided to create a workforce by combining their own DNA with that of early humans. If true, this would completely rewrite the history of humanity. It is a fascinating story. Books have been written about it. Documentaries have explored it. Countless videos have discussed it. But there is an important question we have to ask: is there actual evidence? Most historians, archaeologists, and specialists in the Sumerian language say there is not. According to the mainstream academic view, ancient Sumerian texts do mention the Anunnaki, but not as extraterrestrials. They are described as divine beings within a mythological and religious tradition. Many experts also argue that the translations used to support the alien interpretation are inaccurate or taken out of context. In other words, the popular Anunnaki theory is not accepted as established history. It remains a modern interpretation rather than a historical fact. Still, one mystery continues to capture people's imagination. Why do so many ancient civilizations tell stories about powerful beings descending from the sky? Ancient Egypt had Ra and Osiris. Greece had the Olympian gods. India speaks of the Devas. The civilizations of Central America tell stories of Quetzalcoatl. Were these simply myths created independently by different cultures? Or do they preserve fragments of forgotten traditions that we no longer fully understand? No one knows for certain. Historians generally believe these similarities reflect common human attempts to explain the natural world before modern science existed. Others believe ancient cultures exchanged ideas through trade and migration. And then there are those who see something much more mysterious. Science approaches these questions differently. It relies on evidence that can be tested, examined, and independently verified. Based on genetics, fossils, and decades of research, modern science concludes that Homo sapiens evolved over hundreds of thousands of years through natural evolutionary processes. At the same time, science does not attempt to prove or disprove the existence of God. That question belongs to philosophy and religion rather than experimental science. The world's major religions offer another answer. In Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, humanity is understood to have been created by God. For billions of believers, this is a matter of faith rather than scientific investigation. So today we are left with three different perspectives. One is based on religious belief. Another is built upon scientific evidence. The third combines ancient mythology with modern speculation. Each perspective asks the same question. Each arrives at a different answer. Perhaps that is what makes this mystery so compelling. Despite all our technological advances, humanity still searches for its true origins. New archaeological discoveries continue to reshape our understanding of ancient civilizations. Ancient texts are still being translated and re-examined. Who knows what future discoveries may reveal? Perhaps the greatest mystery is not whether we already know the answer, but whether we are still asking the right questions. So what do you think? Were the Anunnaki simply mythological gods created by the Sumerians? Could they represent misunderstood historical memories? Or is there another explanation that humanity has yet to uncover? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy exploring ancient civilizations, hidden history, archaeology, and the world's greatest mysteries, do not forget to subscribe and join us for the next journey into the unknown.